Welcome to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with WWE Payback, the SmackDown only pay-per-view from the women. This is probably going to be one of my worst pay-per-views of the year, not because they're not over the women, it's to do with the booking. I've had 2 weeks past Mania to start booking storylines, and I only really had one match planned post-Mania, and that was the Charlotte-Asuka match, which apparently is going to be the 4th time they faced each other, which means I could get a really bad rating in that match, even though it is going to be 2 out of 3 falls, and I'm hoping for something special. But we could have a few surprise packages in this. That's what I've got to say. Anything we discover in this is leading up to the next pay-per-view, which has already got 4 matches set in stone because of the events of tonight. So, to start with the pre-show, we gave Demi, Erin and Nana and the Jet Set a victory on the pre-show. They pinned Angel Rose, and the only reason I'm pinning her is because I can't find a picture for her. I'm not happy about not having a picture. And Stacey Frazier is leaving soon, so we were looking. She's leaving and she improves. I may have renewed her contract for a couple of months to do with something that will get announced shortly, but we've got to start pushing them. And we can see Demi and Erin both improving a lot. They're up to the mid-30s. Obviously, the G-Nex is the best because they were in a big tag team storyline. So, yeah, sure. Why not? We then have Summer Rae losing to Naomi. Now this one was just put on the pre-show because I feel it is about time we use these two. In real life, Naomi has been, or is currently, as this is pre-recorded by a couple of months, the women's champion. So let's see if we can get her to a more presentable stage. I've been mixing her up with a very long-term tag team, which I think has gone on since about SummerSlam. Yeah, it got extended too long, it just became filler. My bad. So both of these two need a new storyline, so we'll start looking into them soon. Probably post the show. In another poor match, but we're not too worried, Nikki Cross destroys Karui. I am just trying to push Nikki Cross. As simple as that. I'm going to probably use maybe not even developmental, maybe local jobbers just to push her to start with before putting her in a big storyline. I want to keep her away from anything, a bit like what Braun Strowman was and Nia Jax early on. We then have the biggest match of the night. I think it's not too important to me. We have a 25-woman battle royal. The idea is just to get everyone on the card. Alicia Fox won the match, which I'm happy with. Dana Brooke shined in this, which surprised me. She was the final eliminated and got the most eliminations. Eva Marie and Evie did really well. We were to look at improvements. Makoto, Tsuki, Kaylee Ray, Cameron and Eva Marie all did really well. We could go through this, but there's probably a lot. Not too important. We start with a video package looking at our, I'm going to say, 3 biggest matches of the night. We have Sasha versus Natalya, Charlotte versus Asuka, and Paige and Becky versus Nikki and Alexa. Nothing overly fancy, just a quick little recap looking at rivalries and stuff. In our first match, we have our Tag Team Championship match, which this is the match I thought would have got the repeat warning because they have faced each other so many times and they don't ever warn me. But Bad and Beautiful defeated Forgotten Generation to retain their title, but we had Christina Von Erich distract Peyton Royce. Now we've teased at the New Midnights coming after Forgotten Generation last SmackDown. I've just given Bad and Beautiful the tag team title at WrestleMania. I feel it's time they have a little run with them. And it's a good opening match, I feel. Afterwards, Van Erich and Christina Lee attack Forgot Generation sending their full message. So this is the start of a match coming up at the next pay-per-view. I've been pushing them for a while. I need them to face someone credible, and these two are probably my best face tag team on the brand. We then cut backstage, and Natalia is talking to her new generation, if you like. And we know these aren't going to get good ratings, so Natalia is stale, but she's talking about her upcoming match. We have the usual lot. One member is not in there for a reason, and this team I put together is so hard to remember who's in it. But they're not in it for a reason. Bit of punishment for Demi Bennett for the injury at Mania. In what is quite a random match, the idea is this is a bit more of a fallout on WrestleMania. Mickie James loses to Emma. Went with Emma. She's a bit younger. I need some more younger talent for long-term goals on this game. They both improved, which is good. So that's a surprise rating. I thought it would be lower. We then have Bayley cut a promo on how Nia Jax took her out. She's not going to let her do it twice. So yeah, nothing fancy, simple promo. Now what this is a nice little number one contenders type match to see who will face the tag champions next. I went with the Heartbreak Express winning when they pinned a member of Technically Flawless. Also in this match, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce attacked Ranieri and Lee, taking them out of the match. So that added heat because they're pissed, but they're not going to get their tag title shot. So I made sure it was one of those two who got pinned. We have a little new face team in the picture. We've only had the heels really. Brooke and Stella have improved, which is good. And Candice is popular in other games, so I want to see if we can make something of the young lady. They're all pretty averagely rated within 10 of each other, which is good as well. Ember Moon cuts a promo on herself, which is surprisingly popular at 74. She also offers an open challenge to anyone from the back. She needs someone to beat tonight. This is a pay-per-view, she wants to be on it. And we get a 64, which is better than I thought. Ember Moon defeats Aaliyah. We've been trying to push Aaliyah a little bit more, so this was helping with that idea. That's as good as the tag team title match, so I'm happy enough. I have a few ideas of who I want Ember to face, but I don't know if I'm ready to pull the trigger against one of the top heels in the company yet. I feel like there isn't too much left for her other than going for a sort of Nikki Alexa or Charlotte level. So we'll see if we do decide with one of them. We then have an interview. This is sort of backstage. Natalia talking to Edge said, "Okay, I missed WrestleMania. I wasn't on the card in the match. I had my great new idea, and now tonight, when I beat Sasha Banks, I will give all of these young ladies something to strive for, to be the next breakout women's champion, even after being put down." So it's sort of teasing that Edge let her down, pushing the divas, or the other women, not divas, to the next level, even though not in it, and saying she could beat Sasha. We could see a surprise, you never know. Now for the debuts title, we had Carmella retain against Leslie Bates with a quick roll up. So I feel we could have a rematch of this in the future. It was sort of a tease. I really want to try and make both of these two a big name. As I've been saying before, Carmella has the age thing, which means we've got years to play with Carmella as a main attraction on this show. So we have to try and make her a bigger star. Now we have Edge come out, and he announces officially that we're going to have a 48-woman tournament. I wanted 64. I did have enough to fill it, but my random generator didn't have enough space for all the names, which is a shame. But never mind, we're not picky. where the winner, which will have matches for the next couple of months, because there's so many matches, will be in a triple threat match. Will get to pick a title match of their choosing at the closest pay-per-view. So you could go for the debuts in a tag team or women's title. It doesn't matter. The only stipulation of being entered into this eventually is you have never won a women's title in WWE. So that does leave the surprise package that Becky and Alexa Bliss are both in this, because they had not won a title on this game. But people like Alicia Fox, Natalya, Nikki Bella, Paige, they're out. Bayley's out. NXT titles count as well. They're all out. So I am not going to show the graphic, but we are going to have one of the matches a bit later tonight. And we're going to have a few surprise packages in there, because I feel I can really push some of them a bit more than they need to be. That is also the reason why Stacey Frazier had a couple more months added to her contract. She's in it. She ain't going to win it, but I need her in there just for the match, or matches, if I give her a surprise win. In the next match, which surprisingly is really good, I thought this would be terrible. I gave Bayley the win by disqualification when Nia Jax just wouldn't stop attacking her. I wanted to maybe give Nia the victory clean. In the end, I decided to go with the Bayley victory. But it's by disqualification, and it's actually because of this why Bayley gets put through a table by Nia Jax. We put it as 2 segments because it works, because Nia Jax is still angry, but she got disqualified and continued the beatdown, having to have people pull her away from Bayley, who gets helped out on a stretcher. We jump straight into the next match, where we have the Future Vision defeat Becky and Paige. Now, one of the reasons for this is they are not performing to their level I want them to be. I need them to get higher, because I can't have Paige and Becky pulling off 80s, 90s and 85s. They're to the hills, they'll be getting the 70s. I need stronger hills, and this is going to hopefully help. And it's a solid enough match. Again, it's a bit more fallout from Mania, as they were both in the 5-on-5 against each other. We don't have a video hyping up Asuka and Charlotte showing their matches for the last couple of months, seeing how intense their rivalry actually is. And then Charlotte cuts herself a promo on Asuka, telling her she's going to put her in her place. Now, I did want this match to be the main event tonight, but I couldn't risk it for the warnings that we'd had. So, we got a 77, okay. And Charlotte got a kidney contusion. Wow. Not good. Asuka retains her title in a 2 out of 3 falls match, 2-1 after losing the first, but she ended up with the final pinfall. I went pinfall over submission for this. I'm happy with that match, really, especially if that's an early in the match injury. As we can see, Charlotte is my best, second best hit by probably Sasha. But apart from those two, the rest of us lacking behind a lot, and Asuka has come on leaps and bounds these last couple of months. So yes, I'm happy with that. It wasn't an accident from Asuka. We threw in this match. This is the first qualifying match in that women's tournament, and I gave Ludaka a victory over Thunder Rosa, and the names were all completely drawn out randomly, so there will be a few matches like this where it is pretty much sounding like 2 jobbers. But this was sent out to bring the crowd back down after that last match. It did everything it needed to, and Thunder Rosa hasn't really taken off under me yet. Been here since I turned this into an all-women's brand. I just don't know what to do with her. That's another one where I don't like using the people that don't have pictures, so I've just sort of ignored her a lot more than I probably should have. So we have a Sasha Banks interview where she tells everyone that Natalia's story is really sweet and she wants to just make everyone forget their dreams like she did to Bailey at WrestleMania. She doesn't take nonsense from nobody. She is the boss. She is the best. She is the champ. Natalia will not beat her tonight, and it will be that easy. And yes, I'm happy. I was worried about the match because Natalia's in-ring performance is low. She's only a 59, but she got a 79. She retained, but Gail Kim distracted Natalia, and Sasha's still improving, which is great. And to end the show, Gail Kim attacks Natalia, and we're not sure why. I know it's a weak last segment, and this is probably going to be quite bad, but I needed Gail Kim to come back as a heel after her injury, because I want to use her in the Young Lioness storyline, which will get revealed more in the next episode of SmackDown. So we're going to head and see if we manage to get into the 80s or not, which I doubt it. We got a 78. I'm happy with that, because I was expecting a lot worse. I don't know whether that is classed as good. I'm going to actually praise Paige on performance. Charlotte and Oscar, because I think they were both fantastic again. And we'll see what the news says. We'll come back to the news screen and see what's there. Okay, we are back to the main screen. So, we can have a look to see how long Charlotte is going to be injured. It is just 6 days. She can also do angles, which is good. So we don't need her to have a match on the next episode. As for the Shockwave storylines, the Bailey rebound is a lot higher than what it would be. This one is more than likely going to end. This one is going to change rather than end. This will change, maybe, we're not sure yet. This will keep going but be weak, and that's fine. This will change. That doesn't mean anything, ever knows to there. I'm probably not going to use either of them. Even though Oscar's won all the matches, she's come off very poor. Great. And the Young Lionesses, there's no more spoilers in that one, so I'm fine. Let's just see if the titles gained any prestige on SmackDown. This one is always going to be quite low. It's gone up, though. That's good. The tag team ones has gone down since I've taken it off Peyton Royce. Bit disappointing. This one looks the same. Yeah, it's going the right way, which is good. And the main women's one, that looks like it's gone down. Yes, it has. That's disappointing as well. Otherwise, you can see that only Charlotte has actually faced anybody. Sasha has now gone through Charlotte 3 times. Emma, Nia Jax, or random Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Bailey in the time. She has faced someone new after Charlotte every time, and Charlotte only beat Becky, Paige, and Paige. The matches have got slightly better. Bailey was the best match for her to face. You'll see we had a very poor start. We get it to help. We get a little bit better. And there you could say cheating. I'm not sure if it's a risk looking at this, but we will. Dean Ambrose has now made the top list, which is good. That may just be because Charlotte is injured. We'll take the risk. I'm happy with who's on that. And I'm not too bothered with who's on that. So, yes, so that's this show done. We're going to go back to Raw next time. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you then.